Hi, everybody. It is Thursday, February 12th. And I thought I'd come out here back in my little studio, say hello. Here's how big our studio is. I can almost reach out across to the other side. My arms. Not quite, but almost. Small little studio, but from this angle, it looks big. See who joins me tonight. Hey Mel, how you doing? We should all congratulate Mel. He is now a proud owner of a sport boat up in Northern Cal. So he'll be running out of Berkeley, I believe. Who else is on here? Oh, we have people on from Facebook, YouTube, a couple of different Facebook pages. It's nice. Hey Jeff, how you doing? Wham Bates, hello. Hello Warren. See how many people we get today. For some reason we always get more people in the summer, I guess because everybody's fishing. But I would think this time of year, it's going to rain next few days. Why not talk fishing? Hey Tyler. Hello Silver. So Silver says someone caught big wahoos. I don't think they're catching wahoo in the winter up there. Hey Scott. Aaron, how you doing? How's everything in Fresno? Hey Jamie. Oh Jamie, you signed up for that trip? That's good. I can't believe that trip for the 22nd sold out in one day. All 20 spots. One day. So it says on there 21 people because I'm the 21st. But it's 20 people signed up. I can't believe that. One day. I don't get people that fast for my TV show trips in the summer. So I was pretty surprised. Hey Kathy, how you doing? Fellow Oiler. And that must mean that Mario's nearby. Kathy and her husband Mario are volunteers of ours for the Youth Foundation, and Kathy and I went to high school together. Hey Robert, you're on early. You normally don't get on for the last 10 minutes. Yeah, Patrick, I don't think the bluefin go anywhere. I mean, they might travel a little bit south. I think Jeff will tell you that the only reason they don't fish them year round is the weather. And they had a hard enough time last year getting to them because the weather was so unstable. But if we had decent weather in January, February, March, I think you'd see a lot more boats out there fishing for them. But it's just the weather. There's Alan. Alan, where are you today? You home or are you on the road doing more trade shows? I think you travel more than I do. Scott, are you ever going to do any freshwater shows? Yeah, I used to do a lot of freshwater shows. I just posted one last Tuesday from the Sierras that we did 40 years ago. But yeah, we are scheduled to go this fall up to Mammoth area and fish. So we're just waiting to hear from the resorts if they're going to really provide us with a room and a boat. And if they do, we will be up there. That's funny what Jeff says. The Wahoo went somewhere that the long range boats can't find them down south. Well, I haven't heard of them up here. So Alan's in San Antonio today. He's in Texas. What does Jamie say? Just want to fish, no exceptions, expectations. Just want to fish. Oh, fish with me and fellow fishing friends. That's cool. What does Jeff say? There are bluefin out of Cortez. Yeah, that's what I said. Jeff said the same thing, that the boats just can't plan trips because of the weather. Warren, you talking about my haircut? I got it cut before I went to Miami last week. Hey, there's Terry. How you doing, Terry? Rock Creek Lake. Yeah, that's where we'll be going. Hey, Mike. Haven't seen you in a while. Raul, how you doing? Where is going to be fishing for the kids again? Next Saturday, we have a kids club meeting at Leg Lake. And then in May, we'll be back at MacArthur Park. We haven't been able to pick an exact date for May yet. Brian with Fish and Game and the staff from MacArthur Park are still trying to iron down the date. It looks like it's not going to be the traditionally the first Saturday in May that they have travel plans, so it won't be that day. But and it won't be the third Saturday because that's a kids club meeting. So I'm not sure what day it's going to be. These messages are flying in. Okay, guys, I have 45 of you on here right now, but only 14 likes. Can we get some more likes, please? John wants to know, I was watching your videos. Okay, so I guess he saw an old episode where I was fishing in April out of Morro Bay for halibut. And watch your videos. I like. Oh, he's gonna go fishing. It sounds like that's cool. Hey D House, how you been? Haven't seen you in a while. Sign up for trips this year. Come fish with us again. And D House, you should really think about going to my Argentina trip. I cannot tell you how amazing that trip is. So it's going to be good. There's only 5 spots left. So we got 15 people already signed up. So there's only 5 spots left to go with me in April. So sign up. Hey Mario, how you doing? Robert, he's there. Alan's saying that saltwater fishing here is no good. Guys are catching fish when they can get out. There's seems to be plenty of sand bass and calicos on the structure. Jennifer says you are amazing and all that you do. Meet you at Bass Pro Shop. Oh, okay. So I met you that day when I was at Bass Pro. Hello. I guess you don't work there anymore? Yeah, they don't want to work with me anymore, so I was hoping that we'd be working with them, but that fell apart. Hello, Gary. Cornerstone Paving, hello. Terry's doing good. That's good. No talk about any operations or anything. Thank you. We just got a super chat from Mal. Thank you very much. And we're going to do a drawing today. Got the wheel with some names in it. So we're going to raffle off one of the gift certificates that we have. There's Raul. Who's Night Rush? Are you new one here? Hey Jerry, how you doing? Hopefully you're feeling better. Jason said that you went back to the emergency room. Oh, sorry to hear about that. Hopefully you'll feel better soon and we can go fishing. Chosen. One Chosen, what does he say? Hey Dan, your mom was my teacher's aide at La Merced. Yeah, she was there for many, many years. She started off as a volunteer, and then she was doing translations. She's fluent in Spanish. And then they actually gave her a job as a teacher's aide. So she did that. But I don't think, I mean, she definitely didn't do it for money, maybe for bingo money. But it was just to be with her girlfriends and help out. I am positive that my giving back to the public so much started with my parents. Because both of them were always involved in everything I did. My dad was always a coach, even though he wasn't like a star athlete growing up. But he played sports, but he, was there for everything we did, especially baseball. He was always a coach, and my mom was always a team mom and all that volunteer work. And I can't tell you how many times I'd walk into the house and there would be other parents there and other moms with my mom working on events for Little League and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure that's where it all started for me. Abel wants to know, hey Dan, is your Catalina trip booked? Yeah, it's sold out. It's sold out in 24 hours. In one day, it's sold out, all 20 spots. I'm going to put another trip together for March, and we're going to do a bigger boat. We're going to do the Sport King. So if those of you that couldn't go, you can join me in March. I don't know the exact date yet. I'm waiting to find out a couple of things. I can tell you it won't be the first weekend of March because we'll be at the PCS show, and all of you should be there too. So the PCS show will be in at the Orange County Fairgrounds, so you should join me there. It'll be really good. What does JR say? Hey Dan, any plans to bring back Fish On? Part of the reason I cannot bring Fish On back is because Fish On is a name for a brand in the fishing industry. So if I would have stayed with that TV show, we would have had to change the name. But no plans to bring that back. I think 40 years of doing sport fishing with Dan Hernandez, this one here, right here, that there's no really need to rebrand. I am who I am. You like me or you don't like me. That's what I am. So, and people always ask how come I don't get super excited, when I catch a marlin or a big tuna or something, or that 100-pound rooster fish, why I wasn't like jumping up and down like some of the other TV people do. And I always tell everybody the same answer. I saw this years ago, and I don't remember if it was Gail Sears or it was one of those running back guys. And they asked him why he didn't get all excited and dance in the end zone. It was after Gail Sears. I think it was one of the other Detroit runners. But one of the all-star guys. And they asked him how come he didn't dance in the end zone and celebrate like some of the other guys do. And that's when it was all first kind of starting doing that way. And I liked his answer. He said, I think it was something his dad told him. is act like you've been there before and you're going to do it again. And that's the way I feel. Every time I catch a marlin, I'm excited I caught it, but I don't dance up and down because I caught a marlin. I plan to get another one that day, not the next trip, but the same day. So I try to do that. And I catch a big calico bass. Yeah, I get excited and I show it to the camera, but I don't dance up and down because hopefully my next cast it's going to be another big one too. So, you always hope for the best. You don't always get the big fish, but it's important that you have fun doing it. So that's how I look at it. That was weird. So here's my big studio I'm in today. You can see all of it. Looks better from this angle. All right, guys, we got over 50 of you here, but only 30 likes. Can we get more likes, please? Okay, let me catch up to these messages or the comments you guys are saying. Okay, Kevin and Alan are talking. Sam says hello. Hey Sam, we're going to be unloading the truck tomorrow, so if you're available, I have a couple of volunteers, but I could use probably one or two more. I don't know if you're available, Robert, but and Mario. We will be unloading the truck tomorrow at 10 o'clock at the warehouse. We got to get everything out of it so we can start packing it for the PCS show. Robert. Well, Jeff says it's been 68, 69. But he says on the 26th it's going to get cold again. What does Robert say? I said your name on the air. Thank you for taking me to the airport the other day too, Mario. I don't know what to call you. I know you as Mario, but you have your name there as Robert. And all the other volunteers call you Robert, so I guess I should call you Robert too. What does Bill say? Hey Dan, I'm scheduled. There's still lots of spots open for that trip, Bill Davis. I would guess there's at least 20 spots open because we're going to take like 25 or 30 people on that trip. So we have plenty of room if you want to join us on that. Okay. Yeah, you can join us on that trip if you'd like to join us. All right, what else is going on here? There's Phil. What does Silver say? Where can I get? A lot of stores sell Fishing Syndicate rods. And they have a store too. I forgot, somewhere in Orange County. But I would think most of your, Highlands Tackle, the Longfin, Johnny Sports Shop, all the usual places. I would think you'd be able to get it. Philip was watching women's curling. Okay. I'm sure it was exciting. Hey Jeff, thank you for your super chat. Just saw that there. Sergio, hey Dan, when are you coming to the Bay? I will be there the last weekend in September, like always. I was hoping to move it up a week, but the boats were booked, so we will be there the last weekend. We'll be fishing one day out of Emeryville and one day out of Berkeley. So we're going to try adding a different landing this year. can't get Emeryville to want to advertise or do any marketing with us, so we'll go over to Berkeley. And Mel, who's on here, is now the proud owner of a new boat there, and we will be fishing on his boat. So you guys can come up, join me, fish with Mal up there, and come fish on his boat. He's got a beautiful boat up there. So he wants us to take his 2 grandsons. Yeah, it's going to be an all-day trip out to the Farallones for lingcod and rockfish. And he's got the boat in the yard right now. They're totally redoing the galley and making some improvements on the boat. And it was always a nice boat from what I had heard about it. Never been on this boat. But I'll let him tell us more about it later. And he can tell us all about when they get it ready. All right, Sam, you're right. Walter Payton. Wrong team. Chicago. Walter Payton, that's what it was. That said that. Might have been Barry Sanders, too. Jeff might be right. It might have been Barry Sanders. It was one of those two. I remember they talked about their dad telling them, just act like you've been there before. You're going to do it again. So that's what I do. That's funny. That's a great line, Jeff. Jeff says he remembers more the fish he's lost than the fish he's landed. And I tell you, those last few seconds, sometimes a couple of minutes, when you're fighting a nice fish and you can see it and it's just out of the range of the gaff, or if it's a fish like a rooster fish that you're not going to gaff and you've never seen a 100-pound rooster before and it's right there, it's close enough that they could gaff it, but we don't want to kill it. We just want to release it. Same thing with billfish. We never want to kill them, so we never gaff them. So it's tricky. Your heart's pounding, and all those are the moments that why we go fishing or why I go fishing. And you're always afraid the line's going to break at that second. And like Jeff says, you remember those ones you lost when the knot came undone, or the fish bit through the line, or you get a tangle and the line breaks. I've had a couple where the deckhands went to go gaff it and they hit the hook out, broke the line. I try not to get upset because it happens. It happens to all of us. It'll happen to you if it hasn't happened yet. If it hasn't happened to you yet, it just means that you don't go fishing enough. Because if you go fishing a lot, you will experience a heartbreak many, many times. Robert says, who doesn't love sport fishing with Dan Hernandez? That's cool. Jeff, that's a great line. I have to remember that. I remember the fish he lost more than the ones he landed. It's true. I probably remember people that I fished with more than the boats or the fish that I've caught. People that I sat across in the galley and had the most great trip ever, not because we caught fish, because maybe we didn't catch any fish that day, but the conversations I had in the galley with people, enjoying a cheeseburger or a breakfast burrito and just talking about life and putting things in perspective. So that's all fun. Silver, no kids club meeting this week. It's always on the 3rd Saturday. So it will be next week, okay? Don't be inventing new dates for the kids club meeting. Looks like Kevin went fishing today and caught some trout. See if I can find the picture here. Let me see. Oh, Brad. Did you go with Brad, or is that Brad caught it? So Brad went fishing in San Diego and caught this guy. Here's a nice one. Let me see if I can crop this better so you guys can see it. There it is. So Brad is the guy who introduced me to the East Cape. So if you get tired of all the episodes of me fishing the East Cape, he's the one you can complain to. That's a nice trout. How big was that, Kevin? Let's see in your text message. So caught it Lake Wolford in San Diego trolling a jointed Rapala. Cool. That's a nice fish. Yeah, Robert, I don't expect you to come all the way. You're going to be in Riverside? That's even farther. Yeah, we paid for an extra booth for this year because it's my 40th anniversary, so we are doubling up. It's expensive, it's over $1,500, but we're going to have a double booth. So, Kevin, can you start selecting people to work the booth and the days? Because we're going to need 2 people in the Youth Foundation booth, and then I only need one person. I guess one person with me in the booth would be you most of the time, but I know you're not going to be there all the time, so you can schedule it out. So Mario is Robert number 4. Okay. Okay. So Kevin says there's no fishing syndicate rods at Johnny's. Good to know. Hey Henry, haven't seen you in a while. Alan, what's the name of the new boat? Mel, can you share the name of the new boat? I don't want to spoil it. Hey Tara, how you doing? Tara's watching us on Facebook. Hey Jimmy, another Montebello Oiler. All right, don't worry about it, Jimmy. If you can't make it tomorrow, don't worry about it. Hope if you can make it, show up. We'll be there 10 a.m. And if you're really bored, you can come to my house Saturday. I need some help doing some work around the house. Gotta start clearing out the garage and make room so I can move some of the warehouse stuff there. Yeah, Jimmy's boat last year on our East Cape trip, the last day they caught 8 marlin, 8 billfish in one day. I think that's a record for my group ever. Catch that many fish in one day. Not that many fish, but that many billfish. 8 marlin in one day. Where can you go in the world and catch 8 marlin in one day? That's rare. So that's pretty cool. They did it all day. I didn't do it. I only fished it for a few hours, and Rocky and I caught 3 that same day. Tara says, row your boat. Okay. Thank you, Tara. Yeah, like Robert's saying there, Phil, or any of you other people, if you ever want to volunteer, we can use volunteers all the time. Okay, so Mal has just put the name of the boat there. I didn't want to do it, but he did. So you can see it. It was the old El Dorado out of Berkeley, and now it's Perseverance. So he's changed the name. What does John say? If you're going to be... Yep. We normally end up, John, at Fairlawns. Lots and lots of lingcod there, especially since it was closed for all those years. It's really, really good fishing there. James talking about me in the Hall of Fame. Jeff talking about how he had a cow tuna on and the deckhand broke the line. It happens. Part of fishing. That's a good line too, Mike. I should use that for the book. Mike's line is, it's not about the fish you've caught, it's about the memories you made. That's cool. So Sam's comment there about he goes fishing to remember names. I'm pretty sure he's talking about the time he brought one of his grandkids out fishing on a filming trip. And it was the funniest thing ever. He's standing next to his grandkid. The kid catches this nice fish. We're filming it. It's all on film, all on camera. And I asked Sam to introduce his kid to my viewers. And he forgot the grandkid's name. The grandkid had to introduce himself and tell Grandpa what his name was. That was funny. Hello, Richard. What does Jeff say? I had a bluefin hook, 20 pounds, 78. That's cool. Man, I had some great, great experiences fishing with Dipley. And he was the one that probably got me to really appreciate captains that fish. Because I go on a lot of boats where the captains never come out of the wheelhouse. They never fish. Sometimes they come out on the top of the deck and they just look over like they're looking over their kingdom. But Dipley would get in the corners all the time. And on his boat that Jeff's talking about there, the Queen of the Sea, he would have back then there was numbers around the boats. You don't see that today. But all the boats, the Monte Carlo, all the boats, they all had numbers on them all the way around the boat. And on Dipley's boat, in the corners, both corners, port and starboard, in the stern, said captain. He had 2 spots, big guy. And that was his spot. You weren't allowed to fish in there unless he gave you permission. So that was always cool. So that's one of my people going with me to Argentina. I have to call him back and tell him. Let me just send this to them right now. Sorry, I can't talk right now. I'm doing YouTube Live. Turn on your computer and go to YouTube or my Facebook page, and you can join us. Also, Kevin says that trout that Brad caught was over 5 pounds. That's pretty cool. Hello, Richard. Who else? Let me get back to the stories. Okay. So Mel did that. Yeah, Mel went from a passenger on the sport boats to a boat owner, like that. And he was with us last year fishing. Yeah, can you believe that, Jeff? They got 8 marlin in one day, and they landed 8 marlin in one day. I don't know how many they hooked, but they landed 8 marlin. Bradley wants to know. Brandy wants to know. Can you talk about handicap fishing trips? Um, I would say most of the boats are pretty open, helping people in wheelchairs and stuff. Some boats are a lot easier to get on with a wheelchair. And a couple of boats I would tell you probably be the easiest would be like the Victory out of Long Beach. Um, I'm pretty sure like the City of Long Beach too. Boats that you don't need to take steps to get on. On the Victory, the deck and the dock are basically about the same level, so that's pretty easy. If you can walk up a little ramp to get in the boat, then that's good. There's some boats that just the bathrooms are hard. You need a big step, or you got to go inside the salon and to get to the bathrooms. But some of the other boats do have pretty big open area that where it's easy to get to bathrooms. So I would think like the Victory would be a good boat for that. But if you guys can help out Brandy with ideas of boats that would be ideal, like I've seen a couple of times one of our regulars comes with us on the Stardust up in Santa Barbara and on the Spitfire in Marina Del Rey, and those boats have big ramps to get on there, and they're able to. This gentleman's able to use the stairs, get out of the wheelchair, and walk up and get onto the boat. But the whole time he's on the boat, he's in the wheelchair. So I'm not sure what other boats the guys might suggest for that. Maybe Jeff has some ideas. He's seen just about all the boats. Robert says, pick me, pick me. Okay, so Kevin's talking about the 60-pound white sea bass I lost. So we were on a trip, and I don't remember, I think it was Santa Barbara Island. What was it? The Outrider? What was the name of that boat? Steve's boat. And I caught my limit of white sea bass. We almost had the boat limited out with white sea bass. And I caught one that was over 60 pounds. Got on the side of the boat. Every deckhand, the captain, the second ticket, the galley guy, they were all busy gaffing other people's fish. And we were basically done filming the show already. We'd already got enough footage with all the fish we caught. So I didn't want to bother anybody. So Kevin was standing next to me, and I tried to bounce a 60-pound white sea bass on like 30-pound or 40-pound test line. It didn't work out very well. The line broke. But I got it out of the water. I got like half of it out of the water before the line broke. So yeah, that's one of those fish that I will always remember. Maybe I'll get a second chance to get it. Richard wants to know, how many years have you been on TV? I remember watching you when I was a kid. This is year 40. I'm going to have to put a little sign back here that says celebrating 40 years. Yeah, year 40. Okay, Kevin says it was on the Tracer. The Tracer at Catalina. Yeah, and Jeff remembers that Dipley had 2 spots reserved for him in each corner. That was cool. Well, it's gonna put me in the corner. That's cool. Thank you. Yeah, I normally like to fish on the port. Let me see if I'm looking in front of the boat. Yeah, I normally fish on the starboard corner if I can. So that's where I would be. Okay, so Jeff says for handicap fishing, look for an operation called Stoked on Life Sport Fishing. I don't know where they run out of. Aaron, are you doing any trips out of Morro Bay? Yes, I don't have the dates booked yet because the boat that we're working with, they're still in vacation mode. Hopefully they'll be back soon in the next week or so, and I'll have those dates. But hopefully we'll be back in Morro Bay and Avila. That's the goal. Morro Bay and Avila. I really like fishing on the Patriot out of Avila. It's like big old school, you know, old school fishing, going from the pier down to the boat. It was pretty cool. Okay. That's what Jeff says he was bouncing big ones last year. How much mono would you add to 50-pound braid? Okay, Phil, to answer your question, if I'm only rock fishing, like at 300 feet, I only add um, like the length of my rod or half the length of my rod for a leader. And it's all spectra. If I'm fishing like calico bass, yellowtail, tuna, where I'm fly lining, not use a sinker, just fly lining on the surface, I put a lot more mono than the average person. I put 100 yards. I like to have a lot of mono. I want that connection, not deep. So when I cast out my line, my bait is right up on the surface and it swims really good and um, it doesn't have, you know, the float that spectra line floats a lot, and I think it makes a lot of drag for the bait, an anchovy or something swim. So that's why I like to use a lot of mono leader and then a short piece of fluorocarbon if I need it. But that's what I would do. But if you're only rock fishing, you don't need a lot of mono. Just need a short leader. Hey Kevin, how you doing? Thank you, Kev. Kevin, since you're here, I'm going to play this for you because you've always wanted to see this waterfall in Brazil. Okay, Kevin, that was just for you because I know that's one of the trips on your bucket list that you want to do. You should join me in April. Go with me in April to Argentina and Brazil. We'll be right there. Yeah, Jeff agrees with me on the leader thing. Yeah, I know you've been fighting cancer for a long time. That sucks. You used to fish with me all the time. If you feel like it, you don't have to fish. You can just relax on the boat when you want to go out for a few hours, hang out at the resort. Would love to have you back out with me. I haven't fished with you in a long time. It was nice to see you at your shop last year, but would love to fish with you again. Those were great memories. You're in a lot of my YouTube videos, and you did a bunch of traveling with me back in the day. Well, hopefully you can come back with us. And Kevin is a great example of why I go fishing. The friends you make over the years. That's great. What else is on here? Was it Lou Dogs? Says, let's go fishing the Amazon River. Sure. Or you can join me in April. We'll be fishing in Brazil for a day for peacock bass. And then we'll be fishing 5 days in Argentina for golden dorado. So you can come join me and do that. Here's some of the fishing we did there. So those are some images from my trip last November to Argentina and Brazil. All the fishing was in Argentina. Brandy, yes, I have a client who every year brings his wife, and for the last, I don't know, 10 years, she's had to use a wheelchair. So yeah, if you can get out of the wheelchair and get into the boat, that is not a problem. With her, she can't walk at all. So she just sits on the back of the boat, side of the boat, and then her husband slides her legs over. Then me and the deckhand catch her and help her get in her chair, and then she stays in the chair all day. But yeah, we could do that. Not a problem. Let's go to the website, sign up, and we'll be offering a 10% discount at the PCS show. So if any of you want to book a private charter with me and pay for it before the end of the PCS show, you get your 10% discount. All right? Yeah, Kevin, if you could join us on the East Cape in May, I'm pretty sure my parents are coming. My mom's doing a lot better. She's walking good without a cane or anything. I was just with them yesterday, I go every Wednesday. And she looked really good. So my dad was real positive about them coming with me in May. So it's really good. Sherry, yeah, I know you're on oxygen. I don't know what you mean about work something out, but um, I can try to do an open party trip, see if I can get two more people. But we can work out some, I can do an open party trip, but it probably won't be in the wintertime. It'd probably have to be when it's warmer. But if some of you guys want to do an open party trip, Jerry McCarty here would love to go with us on my boat, but it's only him and his son. So if two of you want to join them, then we can do an open party trip, and I'll give you guys that 10% discount too. So let's think about that. All right, before it gets too late, let's do the drawing. I got a gift certificate I want to hand out. Good night, Jeff. Yeah, it's like 10, 11 o'clock there where you are. All right, the winner of the raffle prize is... Who do we have? These things are all stuck. Alan. Alan, you want a gift certificate. Congratulations. So we're going to start doing the super chats again, guys. So if you don't know what super chat is, that's the super chat there. And it's down there on the bottom. And you can do that. But I appreciate your help with the super chats. So Alan, next time I see you, I got a gift certificate for you. Congratulations. Thank you for the much love. I appreciate it. Jeff, hopefully you have that warm weather for a little while. I know it's going to get cold there again, but hopefully you have some warm weather. So, all right. I will let you guys know next week what the date will be in March for the next meet and greet trip, so you guys can come out with me. So, and thank you guys for supporting me and signing up. I don't know if the people came from TikTok or from YouTube. I know a few of my volunteers signed up, but 20 people signed up in one day to fish with me next week, the 22nd, on the Gale Force going to Catalina. I can't wait to go. I haven't fished in a long time, and I can't wait to go. I don't think I've fished since Argentina, maybe one trip since then. We'll see. All right, and just a reminder for those of you that can help out tomorrow, 10 o'clock tomorrow, we will be unloading the truck at my warehouse in Cerritos and doing a little bit of work there, getting ready for the PCS show. All right, guys, good night. Thank you for being here. We had a great turnout, and I really appreciate it. Good night, everybody. Talk to you next week. Bye.